Hello, this is the vid seeker, and in this vid I'll be talking about some of my weirder films in my collection. This first one is called Not Quite Hollywood, and it's a documentary put out by Magnet. Basically I picked this one up for like $1 at a Hollywood, when they were closing down. And as the title says here, finally a documentary full of gratuitous nudity, senseless violence, car crashes, and a bit of kung fu. When I saw it, I wasn't really expecting much, but I was pretty titillated and also shocked. It does have a lot of nudity. Both from above and even the bottom. It's rated R, but I would put it more like an NC-7, closer to an NC-17. And also for you fans of those puke films, it does have a lot of puking. So it looks like the Australians were pretty much ahead of their time. And like I said, it is a documentary on Australian films. And it does have a very beautiful young ladies from Australia, and it does have kung fu. So for you collectors of the weird films, definitely must pick up. Next one is Hell Comes to FrogTown. I believe this one I heard about it first from Chocolate Torpedo, and I basically call it because of the cool cover and the title. It's basically this guy, he's like the last photo man, and this woman want to reproduce with him. And it's put out by Anchor Bay. It's in 16 by 9 enhanced. And it does come with a commentary from the writer and the director. The next one is Kika. Now this one is very hard to explain, but it's on the a little bit on the heavy drama, dark comedy, and also it's got some elements of Hitchcock, like a thriller. And it's directed by Pedro Almodovar. The title character Kika, she's this lady, an older lady, and she gets involved with this young man whose mother was killed or committed suicide a few years back, but then he starts finding some clues that maybe she did not commit suicide. So, and it does have this particular I don't know how to put it, but like a rape scene. And let me just say that it's very peculiar, but also very on the dark sense of humor. Yeah, this one I would definitely put it in a very strange, surreal. But I did like it, and this particular version is the Mexican version. It's in Region 1, Region 4. It's pretty bare bones. The reason I got it was for under $12, because the American version is out of print, and that one goes for around 50 or so dollars. The only thing is on this one, it does not have subtitles, but there is a Canadian version, and that one does have subtitles, but it goes for around $25. So for fans of Pedro Almodovar or just weird cinema, definitely a pickup. It does have some violence to it, especially shootings and that particular rape scene. The next one is Vampiros Lesbos. It's one of my very favorite psychedelic films. I think this was the very first film that I saw that was on the weird cinema. And it starts the very beautiful Soledad Miranda. And it's a film by Jess Franco. Some would complain that it's a little bit on the slow side, and I would agree. And also that it's kind of photographed very amateurish. but I think that just adds character to the film. It adds to the surrealism, and it does have the very, very cool soundtrack that even Tarantino used, and I think it was Jackie Brown. He used some of the music from this film. I have the two versions of the soundtrack, so you pretty much know that I love the music. It's kind of like a jazzy, jazz, weird, sexy sound to it. So it's definitely not for everybody, but if you're into the surreal type of films, then this definitely is a must pick up. And there are two versions. One is a little bit longer. This one in particular is a little bit shorter, but it's got the better image quality, and it's put out by Image in remastered widescreen. The colors and the image supposedly is sharper in this version, and in the longer version it's a little bit weaker concerning the image. I don't have that one, so I really couldn't compare them. The next one is a UK pickup, and I got it pretty cheap. Basically, I just picked it up because of its cool cover. It's got the like an X-ray of the skeleton, and it shows in the pelvis it's got teeth. It's about this young lady who's born with teeth in her vagina, so definitely on the weird side. I found the story a little bit weak. It could have been a lot better. They could have gone like a more comedic, maybe. But it looks like a lot of people did like it since they got some good reviews. It's sick, it's wrong, but it's highly rated 10. But overall, I did like it, but wouldn't highly recommend it. But overall, I just got it because of the cool cover. The next film, I picked it up basically because of all the people that were talking about it. This is the UK Blu Ray, and it is the censor version. Basically, I think what drives this film it's the actual violence and the sex scenes, because in this what do you call it, censor version, it does to me it wasn't as strong as or I didn't feel as strong about it as some people have described it on the internet. I found the story to be kind of weak, but I think once I see that other version, maybe I don't know, maybe I'll have a stronger reaction to it. But as far as the image and the sound, it is very good, and it does come with this cool slip cover. And I did pick it up for under 20 bucks. So just I was curious about this film, so that's the reason I picked it up. There is a Swedish version that's supposedly unrated, but I haven't been able to get a hold of that one. And I've heard that even if there is an American version that it's unrated, it's still gonna be like a minute shorter. So maybe a Criterion will get a hold of it and do a good, a complete version of it. Definitely, this is not for the mainstream, not for general audiences for sure, because definitely you are going to be put off by this film. Because even in the censor version, it is pretty. It does still show a lot of violence, and it is done like in a like in a cheap version, like especially the decapitation. You can definitely tell that it's that it's not real. The head is not real, but I think it's done on purpose, so you know that you're actually watching a film. It pulls you out. But definitely, I would say it is. It will disturb you. And I don't pick up this kind of films. I'm not really into those high, pornographic, violent films. but I was just curious about this film. So definitely I would not recommend it unless you are into that kind of film or just curious. Then I guess for the shock value it would be worth picking up, or just wait for the unrated version. The next one is now this one I highly recommend it if you're into softcore films, and it does have a very dark sense of humor to it. It's very funny, and I think it's got one of the funniest scenes I've seen in this kind of films. Basically, it's about this guy who's got a thing for this young lady, but she's involved with this guy who's very mean to her. He whips her. When they make love, he makes very violent love to her. And one night he witnesses their love making, and but he's put out because that guy she's with, he's got like a very long penis, long and thin. I mean thick. So he goes to this doctor, and this doctor is done like he's an expert on doing transplants from animal organs to humans. So he asked the doctor if he can get a penis from a horse, and the doctor agrees. And it's one of the funniest scenes I've seen when they actually get done to do the operation. You pretty much would be laughing at it. Now it does have a lot of sex scenes, but it doesn't go all the way. It's basically breast and simulated sex, so it's very soft. And it starts this young lady. She's very beautiful. Her name is Amy Yip, and then this other young lady is Isabel Chow. It does have some violent scenes, both towards women and women towards men. So I guess you can say it's equal opportunity in violence. And it is definitely for 18 years and older. It's a category 3. And it's put out by Fortune Star KAM. It is a Blu Ray, and it's in full HD 1080p and comes with Dolby True HD. And it is region A, so you shouldn't have any problems playing here in the United States. I basically picked it up for like around $22, which was very good. And it's worth upgrading from DVD. The image is very sharp. The colors are very strong. And it's a very colorful film. It is soft here and there, but that was how it was originally photographed. So highly recommend it. The next two titles are on the adult videos. This one is like a parody of Thriller. It's called Thriller, a sexual thriller. It's on that Michael Jackson video, and it is sex rated. And the last one is called Alice in Wonderland, an adult musical. Now when I bought it, I thought it was going to be the softcore version, since I bought it from Amazon. I really didn't look, but I was surprised. It actually has both the X-rated and triple X-rated. So I was just curious about this title since I've heard so much about it, and the guy was selling it for under $15, so that's why I picked it up. So this is the VidSeeker, and I hope you enjoyed my first video on weird films in my collection. And you guys have a good one.